Yes, this is a video that exists. I was just thinking about Hollow Knight like I do 90% of the time. I was thinking about my favorite areas of the game. I don't know why. There are a few area rankings out there, but they either include only some sub-areas to the point where the whole video just feels unbalanced, or include no sub-areas. I don't like either. I feel like if you're gonna do something as mundane as an area ranking, you should at least go all out and include all of them. Besides, there are some sub-areas I like more or don't like as much as the area that it's in, so what I'm going to do today is rank every area and sub-area of Hollow Nest, which, oh boy is there a lot! As to not overwhelm myself, I decided to put some guidelines on which areas to rank, so I didn't end up ranking places like, I don't know, the cast-off shell. So what I decided to do was to not rank small or insignificant areas like the Lake of Un, for example, or Stag Station areas like the King Station. This still left me with 30 areas though, so I feel like I should start now. What a way to start, with my least favorite area being a major one. This place is just shitty in general, pun intended, and it has nothing interesting about it, other than the flukes, which, yeah. It does have a sub-area I like much more than the Waterways as a whole, but we'll get to that. It's dark and cramped and confusing to navigate. It takes everything I hate about deepness and is just like, but what if it was only that? No thanks. This is why I always kill Hera first. The platforming here is incredibly frustrating. It doesn't help that I have to go through this to get to my favorite spell of the game. Also, Crystal Hunters. Fuck them. Next. This only got bumped up to number 27 because of the areas it's going up against. And yeah, it's the start of your adventure and stuff, but that doesn't mean it's not boring as hell. I've got nothing else to say about King's Pass. It's a very filler area. Carver Hatchers. Despite having one of my favorite bosses actually, it's very much another nothing area. It's also a royal pain, pun intended, to get to that boss in the first place. So moving on. By the time you get to this area in-game, killing all those squints isn't even a challenge anymore. Plus, if you don't have Gathering Swarm equipped, which I never do, why would I have Gathering Swarm equipped ever? Then you lose all that Geo, which isn't that bad, but I'd still like to get it, please? I like the Fungal Wastes, but I don't like this place. It's kind of just another nothing area, to be honest. It's also a bit confusing to navigate. As much as I hate deepness, I have to give it credit for doing what it was meant to do. Being a creepy area. I mean, you can't fault a horror movie for being scary. However, it does it too well, I think. I mean, I love spiders in real life, but I don't like spiders in Hollow Knight. So you can't fault deepness for doing its job as a creepy area, but I'm going to fault it for making me despise my spider babies. Another nothing area. You can get everything the Howling Cliffs has to offer in one trip. Learn the nail art, kill Gorb, get the map, get Joni's blessing, start the ritual, reenact the beginning cutscene, and you're done and you never have to come back. I actually like this area a little. Okay, not that much. I prefer it to the rest of the Waterways. I don't really have anything positive or negative to say about it. It's just meh. The first two trials are fun. But Trial 3, however! I really love this area, I do. I love it so much. I've gone there on several occasions just to read through the entirety of the Hunter's Journal. Don't ask what I do in my spare time. But it gets 1,000,000 points docked for this. The Soul Sanctum is a fun area in my opinion. It has one of my favorite bosses, and that one. The theme is fun. I always like organ music, but I don't have much to say other than that. This place gave me PTSD the first time I discovered it, but I like it just fine now. The Hive Knight is an absolutely great boss, but I still hate this mask shard! This is another nothing area, but the visuals and atmosphere make it better than the other one. I also like the ambient track. But why jellyfish? In a game about bugs, it doesn't make any sense. It's good. I've got literally nothing. The platforming is hell, but the theme is beautiful. It's so relaxing and makes you forget how much you hate the Delegate Flower quest. It has the most interesting enemies, I think, Flying Bush being an exception. A very good boss, as well as Mother. It's really interesting talking to all the ghosts here, and these character designs are gorgeous. It really makes me want to go all out with OCs, but alas, I have no creativity. It wasn't quite good enough to break the top 10s, but the Fungal Waste is actually an awesome area. The warm color scheme contrasts with pretty much every other area in the game, and it's a nice change. Not to say I don't prefer the blues, I absolutely do, but it's good to have a change of pace once in a while. The Snail Shaman was my very first favorite character. I love them so much. This is a great beginning area, it's always fun to go through. I don't know what to say, I just really like it. Buzzsaw joke. Laugh now. Yeah, I listened to the OST and I'm like, that is wrong. Where are the sounds of thousands of buzzsaws? Okay, get that bullshit out of here. I love this place. The theme is incredible, and I don't always include it as one of my favorites, the reason being that Pale Court is a million times better. But it's just chef's kiss. The platforming is honestly kind of fun and not as challenging as everyone says, though maybe that's because I've done the Path of Pain a million times over. Who's to say? The best way to describe Dirtmouth is a nothing area, with pizzazz. It's a nice place to just sit and listen quietly to the ambience track. A thing I absolutely love about Dirtmouth is how over the course of your playthrough, residents slowly start filling up the town. Makes it feel less lonely, even if Zod is running his mouth constantly. It just adds to it, I think. I can't even explain why I like this one as much as I do. I just really love it. Maybe it's the track, maybe it's Seer, maybe it's the awesome introduction to the Dreamers, but I really like this area, and I cannot elaborate. The ambience track gives me a strange sense of nostalgia, though I can't pinpoint why. Anyway, the pink is a good contrast from all the other areas. I don't like the bosses or the fact that it's the largest area in the game with no stag stations, but it's fun. It's a fun area. Does have the worst charm, but hey, you win some, you lose some. The atmosphere, the snow falling, the bodies falling, it's all just wonderful. Well, I mean, I said it as a joke, but it does have kind of an air of mystery around it. The bodies, I mean. Also, Hornet Sentinel. I suck at this fight, but it's fun as hell. Lore, and mountains of it. And Abyss Streak, and the birthplace cutscene, and dead kids.
That's a dead kid.
Sudden change from the cold, desolate crossroads to suddenly being in such a lush and lively place like Greenpath, especially early game, is one of my favorite memories from my first playthrough. That's enough to get it to number 3 somehow. Make your own list if you disagree. It got to number 2 on nostalgia alone. I've got nothing else to say about it. Come on. You knew this was going to be number 1 as soon as you clicked on the video. It's my favorite area. It's your favorite area. The way the music changes to vocals once you step outside, the rain, the atmosphere, the lore, everything. And of course, the bench. You know. I wish I could relive my first time stepping into the City of Tears. What a magical moment. Everything about it, minus you, is amazing. Talking to Hornet, seeing the statue for the first time and realizing, oh, I'm not actually the Hollow Knight. Wow. I could go on. I'd love to ramble about my favorite area, but the script is already this long, so I should stop now. Thanks for watching. And subscribe for more fun content. That wasn't in the script. I regret everything.